Welcome back. Well, let's now look at something really interesting. And this is a note coming in from Ridham Desai, Chief Equity Strategist at Morgan Stanley. He's written an interesting piece on the sources of correction, potentially, in the India bull market. Nimesh is joining in on this note. Nimesh, this is interesting because, Ridham has been one of the biggest India bulls. He's kind of stuck his neck out and he's gotten it completely right. So what's the latest that he's saying and thinking?
Well, he's still putting his neck out and saying that the bull market is still on, and we are just halfway mark in this bull market. So that's the primary thesis. But he's put out some interesting data on and which is what a lot of investors locally and globally are asking for. As far as India, are we going to see a big correction or a deep correction? So again, Ridham's note says that Indian markets have climbed the wall of worry, but there could be many sources of correction in this bull market, which includes both fundamental and technical. And and of course, which means that there could be corrections around in this running bull market. But as I said, the key thesis is that he believes that we're still in the middle of just the halfway mark in this current bull market. Actually, this if there is a correction, it will test the patience of the investors who are sitting on the sidelines. Also, it will test the kind of money which has been from the domestic market. So that's the key message there. But he's also pointed out a couple of reasons which can lead to a big or maybe a source of correction, at least in this bull market. So if he's identified a couple of fundamental reasons and a couple of technical reasons as well. First, on the fundamental part, he believes that the potential slowdown for the first time since COVID in the domestic market, and on top of it, if there is a global slowdown, this can have a big impact on the earnings, which can surprise on the negative. So that's one big concern or a big source of correction which can happen in the near future. And the second is the state level kind of freebies which have been put out, and that could have a bit of an indiscipline as far as the state finances are concerned. So these are the two fundamental reasons. Technical reasons: one, a possibility of shift to the primary market from the secondary market, so that can suck out a bit of domestic liquidity. And two, if there is a global correction, even India could be part of it, especially if there is a deeper correction in the US market. So these are the few sources of correction what Ridham feels can happen in this current bull market. But what can lead to this next leg of bull market? That's very interesting, because he believes that the fiscal consolidation has led to a big space for private capex to go up, which would means that earnings can surprise on the positive in the near future, and that could be one good source of this current bull market to go on. The second is the structural change in the holding of households into equity market, and that's been a big bull market reason for India to do well. And of course, the fact that India's weightage is also going up in the global indices, so that can mean that global funds can actually be more bullish on Indian markets, and they pour a lot of money. So those are the things which can lead to this next leg of bull market, which you are currently in. From a sector positioning point of view, Morgan Stanley is currently overweight on financials, technology, consumer discretionary, and industrials. However, they are underweight on all other sectors. So, the short point is Ridham believes that there could be sources of correction in this current bull market, but right now we are just the halfway mark, and there is more legs to go.
Halfway mark.
Thank you for watching CNBC TV 18, and do follow us on all our social media platforms for news, updates and more.